Good morning. My name is Siela, Bynoe, Nassau County Legislator for Legislative District 2. We are here at the Town of North Hempstead Yes We Can Center. Today we are hosting a summit for small business enterprises. We are hosting various different workshops. One would be managing your risk. We want small businesses to be aware how they could mitigate their risk while competing in the market. We also want them to be prepared to compete for government contracts. In addition, we want to make sure that they're funded appropriately and that they're receiving loans from reputable, responsible lenders. So today is an opportunity for small businesses to ensure their ability to expand, compete, and grow in this market. Today's summit will be moderated by News Channel 12's own Avery Harper.
Good morning. Well, I'm so happy to be here this morning with everybody, the panelists, talking about small businesses, which are really the bedrock of Long Island. And when I think about where I shop on Long Island, they're all small businesses. So enabling women and minority and veteran-owned businesses to get their piece of the pie, to start thriving here on Long Island, anything to support that, I'm very happy to be a part of. So I'm glad to be here this morning.
Thank you.
Small Business Empowerment Summit. I'm a reporter with News 12 Long Island. You might catch me on the evening news. I'm also the new host of Diverse Long Island, our magazine show on minority issues. So if you guys have any story ideas while I'm here, please feel free to approach me with those. I grew up in Westbury. I took some time away from Westbury. I just moved back from California, so it's great to be home and to be with you guys here today. So this panel is going to be an introduction to today, which is supposed to be a very, very good day of learning. I will read to you about the theme. This event is centered around the empowerment of small businesses. That's minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses here on Long Island. In order to empower small businesses, it's first important to understand the landscape in which small businesses are competing. This panel will focus on the presence of minorities, women, and veteran-owned businesses on Long Island, the challenges that they face, and the opportunities that are available for them. In setting this landscape, we hope to establish a better understanding for how businesses can break through the barriers of competition. So I have a very esteemed panel here this morning. I'm just going to pass the mic. If you guys can briefly talk about who you are and how your businesses and how you help minority-owned businesses here in Long Island.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter Del Valle. I'm the certification specialist at the New York and New Jersey Minority Supplier Development Council. What we do is we certify ethnic minority-owned businesses for the private sector. Again, determine that the companies are at least 51% owned, controlled, and managed by an ethnic minority that falls under the criteria for certification from the National Minority Supplier Development Council. We service the entire state of New York and New Jersey, about as far south as Trenton. And I'm hoping to answer some questions for the Long Island and Nassau communities.
Good morning. My name is Richard Amsterdam. I'm a Senior Vice President and Long Island Team Leader with the New York Business Development Corp and the 504 Company, as well as Excelsior Growth Fund. We are a commercial lending institution that provides loans to small businesses that pretty much run the gambit of any type of financing request. We loan money for startup enterprises, capital, equipment, real estate, all for small business use. We do not do any consumer products or any personal type of loans, but we provide lending services as well as technical assistance through the Excelsior Growth Fund for small business enterprises.
My name is Phil Andrews, President of Long Island African American Chamber of Commerce. We're the largest African American Chamber of Commerce in New York State. And when we established in 2010, we decided to work with the existing fabric of Long Island. You know, Long Island, you can't disturb it too much. You got to work gradually to get into the market and really know Long Island because of the demographics. We work with 5 pillars of with the DC Chamber of Commerce, U.S. Black Chamber, We do advocacy, entrepreneurial training, contract development, chamber development, and recently we had the first ever chamber leadership development conference at Hofstra University, where we brought in the U.S. Black Chamber, and we're a proud member, a corporate member of New York, New Jersey Supply Development. So we bring resources to you, we advocate for you, and we listen to our businesses every day in Long Island and the region.
Good morning. As stated earlier, my name is Siela, Nassau County Legislator representing Legislative District 2. As a legislator, I am sitting on several committees. One of the committees that I sit on is the Minority Affairs Committee. I also sit on the Finance Committee. And in addition, I have been recently, for the last 3 or 4 months, sitting on the Rules Committee, and that's the committee that approves contracts for Nassau County. As a part of the legislature, I support the legislation that has been introduced earlier on that would have an impact to try and enhance opportunities for minority and women business-owned enterprises, as well as service-disabled veterans to be able to access government contracts. And as a member of that legislature, I am keenly aware that we fall short of what our best efforts should be, and so that's why I thought it would be a good idea to have all of us come together this morning and have opportunity to learn about how we can access contracts, not just at Nassau County, but for all of the different utility companies and other levels of government. In addition, I'm the executive director of a housing authority, and I consistently see where our small businesses, keep hitting barriers to being able to access, government contracts. So I'm here this morning to not only, be a part of this panel, but to hear from, each member that's here, how we may be able to effectively assist you.
Good afternoon. My name is Aisha Cook. I'm here representing Aisha Cook Collective, LLC, and I would just like to say thank you to Siela Bynoe for putting this event together. This small business empowerment seminar really gave me a wealth of information that I can follow up on. It gave me a lot of contacts that I can network with and take my company to a new level. I met a lot of people. I got a bunch of great information. The workshops were so informative, and it wasn't just someone standing and spewing information and facts to you. It was interactive, and the representatives and the professionals that were here today, they really care about small businesses. They took the initiative to come with information to let us know how we could take our businesses to the next level. So thank you for taking the time to put workshops like this together. It's needed in the community because there's a lot of information that if I didn't come to this workshop, I just would not have known and would not have known how to access certain information. So thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to the next one. And I look forward to one day being here as a presenter.
Let's begin this panel by starting with what makes Long Island specifically an ideal place for small businesses. You can talk about the quality of life first. 77.6% of people both live and work on Long Island. The U.S. Census Bureau pegs the median family income around $114,000 for Nassau County and $102,000 a year for Suffolk County, with an unemployment rate around 4.2%, which is the lowest in the state, and professional and technical jobs predicted to grow more than 11% over the next 10 years. What do you think these stats mean for small business owners who work and live here on Long Island? I guess we can talk legislatively first.
So honestly, I believe that small business is the bedrock of Long Island, Nassau County. Our communities are hubbed around our downtown areas, and it is for that reason that we are seeing that developers, right, want to come and build in our downtown areas. We're seeing transit-oriented development, and that is because our downtown areas are the heart of our communities, and so we have a large percentage of our, community that earns their income by way of small business. And it's our role in government to be able to ensure that we have smart development, that we, in addition, we have strong and capable and competent young people and people in general that are here ready to work. and that we need to make sure that we have financial vehicles to ensure that that our businesses can thrive, right? We want you to establish and root here, but we also have to give you an opportunity to be able to expand and actualize. And so I believe that the stats support the growth of small business, and not only small business, but also development in our downtown areas.
Hi, my name is Margot Cargill. I'm CEO of Titanium Links Consulting and president of the Uniondale Chamber of Commerce. I was a panelist moderator here today for managing business risk, and the event was phenomenal. And we had business owners such as Heather here join us in conversations about what it takes to build great businesses here on Long Island.
Hi, my name is Heather Kolar. I am CEO of H2O Cleanse, MWBE certified business owner. And today was phenomenal in helping us really understand how to grow our businesses, putting us in direct contact with decision makers, from financing to relationship building to contracting, and really opening up a forum and helping people understand exactly what we need to do to grow. Not as someone who's running a hobby-based business, but in building a formidable business, establishing the relationships and helping us grow.
Thank you.
Excellent. Couldn't have said it better myself.
An ideal location for franchise development. You just gave us some great statistics on finance. Well, this is an area where franchises usually succeed because, franchise got that little extra cost on it. And this is a wealthy environment in this region. So that's one of the reasons that you have so many franchise organizations on Long Island. And the second thing that, as Long Island is becoming more diverse, and it spends so much money in government, this is an ideal for minority business development. So that's one of the things that, being that Long Island demographics has changed, and we got all this wealth, well, we need some people learning how to do business with the government, because if you pay taxes and you live here, you have to do a qualified business, you should be able to share into the business of doing business with the government.
My name is Lisa Ortiz. I am a co-owner for Creative Focus Designs, a photography company based in Baldwin. Today I came out to participate in this workshop, and it was a great experience. I learned a lot of information from how to start a business to how to secure funding to increase your business, and I'm so grateful that I came out to participate in this event today.
Well, because actually took a bunch of my talking points away, but one of the things I'll add to that, though, is especially with the smart growth plans now, transit-oriented development, the downtown revitalizations, is the mixture that we're seeing in the proposed developments with both professional, service, and industrial space. The manufacturing index, as well as the service index, are both very strong and have been growing steadily in almost each of the LIA's last surveys, continue to improve on Long Island and in Nassau. So the ability not only to attain top talent coming out of our colleges and having smart development where we can actually have young people afford to stay on Long Island and have an industry presence in these mixed-use developments, I think is a big factor to why businesses want to stay versus head to Jersey, Georgia, other factors where they may not have the same attraction to the talent, to the education.
Hi, I'm Viviana Russell. I'm a councilwoman here in the town of North Hempstead, and we are here in Newcastle at the Yes We Can Community Center, where Legislator Siela, Bynoe, in partnership with the Excelsior Fund and African American Chamber of Commerce, are hosting a summit for small businesses, minority and women-owned businesses, and to learn how they can be a part of the competitive process in getting involved in business ventures. It's a great summit. We are glad to have them here at our Yes We Can Community Center, and we look forward to the information that all of the business owners are going to get.
One of the things that I did not mention was that the way we administer our program is through 4 specific programs: housing, construction, community redevelopment, and infrastructure and small business. And a lot of our projects, as Shelley mentioned, are on Long Island. And we, meaning GOSER in my office, we host these meet and greets at least once a month on the island to bring together our project leads with folks like yourselves who are looking for opportunities. So we encourage networking. And you should know, if you're a small business and you're, like everyone said, if you're just starting out, because goals are on all of our projects, we encourage you to come to these events and meet the primes. And then they basically have to follow these goals. And so if you're in these events and you're meeting these folks, you'll be able to help them help you grow your business. So that's just some advice there.
So, since you said that, I'm sitting down to the bottom.
Sure.
How can small businesses learn about procurement opportunities in Long Island? And we're going to start with Jamila because she already has her foot in it. So we're going to start with her, and then we'll work our way down.
One of the things that we created, GOSA created a couple of years ago, is a portal. I like to call it the monster.com of GOSA, but basically it is a place where all of our projects upload all the opportunities, both job opportunities for our Section 3 requirements, as well, I'm sorry, I talk with my hands, so, as well as contracting opportunities for small businesses. And so if you go on to the portal, which is, well, one, you should go on our website, stormrecovery.ny.gov. Two, upstairs we have a table, and we have a list of all of our procurement opportunities. It looks like this. Across the state, we've put together a list of everything that we're, from our direct contracting to our subrecipient contracting. And then you should go to our portal, nystormrecoveryops.com. There's also a pamphlet on our table to tell you how to go on, create a profile, and do a search for those opportunities.
Hey guys, my name is Glennis Larios, and I'm the owner and CEO of Wings Party Enterprise LLC, located here in Westbury, New York. And just came out of the Small Business Empowerment Summit. It was awesome, learned a lot. I am appreciative that Legislator Bynoe had us here in Westbury, in our hometown, and definitely opened up my mind, opened up opportunities, networked a lot with people who are in different areas, which would definitely expand the business more. So definitely appreciate that.
Hi, I'm Barbara Armand with Armand Corporation. We have offices in 3 states, in New Jersey, New York, and in Pennsylvania. We are a construction manager and program management firm. I've been in business over 26 years. I'm here today because I was invited by Legislator Bynoe to come to her business summit and to give some information on risk management. And so involved in the workshop, getting to know some businesses and networking is what I did today. This was a great summit, and I'm glad I came, and I'm glad I got involved in it. Legislator Bynoe had those stakeholders that can help businesses learn the basics, including insurance and procurement and how to get certified as an MWBE. And what we found today was that we had 2 groups of people, entrepreneurs and also those emerging businesses and those people that had started their businesses. So I think that, you know, her sense of what had to be done in the community, in the business community, it seems like she already had felt it. She had the right stakeholders here. She had the right program together, and it was fantastic. That's all I can tell you. If you didn't come today, you missed it.
Thank you. Yeah. And Barbara now, Armand, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, your company, all the good stuff.
Okay, Barbara Armand. I'm the president and CEO of Armand Corporation. We're a construction management and program management firm. I have 3 offices, Camden, New Jersey, 1 in Manhattan, and that's where I am every day, and then 1 here on the island in Farmingdale. The one in Farmingdale, we're actually supporting a program, is our contract program management for the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery. We've been working for that particular agency since 2014. My contract started at about $1 million. In 2014, it's now up to about 48 or 50 million, I think, because there was so much work to be done, and that was over 3 or 4 years. I started, a lot of you are working out of your home. I started working out of my home over 26 years ago. My first project was a $150 estimating job for doing some civil estimating for McDonald's in southern New Jersey. I framed that $150 check. I was so proud of it. And then for the first year, I got a bookkeeper. I didn't have a Shanae. I had a bookkeeper. And then I think the first year I did about $90,000 of revenues. And then they just sort of like prep up a little bit. We got into a federal program called 8A. If you don't know about that, I'll be glad to tell you about that later. But I'm here because I'm here to share my true life stories of what happened to me, because they may happen to you as you grow your company. Some of the things, you know, it's, yes, you're in business to make a profit. That's what you're in business for, to make money. But there are going to be some years that you may not make money. Out of my 26 years, I had 2 years that I did not make money. And 1 year was a particularly bad year, where I had a partner, my husband, we divorced, and the year of the divorce, the revenues just plummeted because I had to buy him out, and there were some other issues I had to deal with, including some tax issues. But the revenues plummeted. That was a year that my accountant came to the office and sat and said to me, looked at the books, looked at the financials, what was going on, and he said to me, I'll be here with you until the ship goes down. Well, the ship is still floating, ladies and gentlemen. And that account, I don't have him anymore. I passed him. But he said that to me because that's how bad things were. But for those of you who have not started your business, for those of you that are in business, there's going to be good times and bad times. There's going to be risk that this is all about risk, but risk that you have to manage. And part of, like I told the last group, part of managing that risk is managing yourself, because you as a business owner are a risk to your own business. That's managing what comes out of your mouth. That's managing what you're thinking. That's managing what's in your heart. It's managing every single job you do it your very, very best, your professional best. You pay your taxes. If you can't pay all your taxes, it doesn't mean you don't file. You file. I have had to file my taxes and owe taxes. I still file. I would be proactive. I walk into the IRS's office and say, I know I owe you some taxes. I am here, please help me so that I can pay my taxes. That happened to me a few times in my first 5 to 6 years of my business. And it may happen to you. But I'm sharing this with you because you'll know that if I got through it, you can get through it too. You know, everything you can overcome. If I overcame it, you can too. Many of you in here are more experienced than me when I started my business. You have more education than I had when I started my business. You may have been around a business owner. When I grew up in Louisiana, I did not. My mother was a maid, my father was a janitor. So there was never any talk of business in the house. There was talk about, you better go out there and pick that corn, or you better go out there and pick those tomatoes, or you need to do this and that. We worked. That's what we did. But with that, like you do, came a good work ethic for me. And like I'm sure all of you here, just looking at you, I know too, you have a good work ethic. But I just want to go over a few things. I touched on some of the things that Shani talked about. This year, when I started and that $150 contract I had, my contracts are in the millions now. But it was a step-by-step process over 26 years, a step-by-step process of going. Every day walking in and managing the risk that were external to my company and internal. And a lot of those, there's a 10-minute sign up there. A lot of those internal risks had to do with my own employees. But I've always had enough insurance to have the insurance to pay to make sure that I made the premium payments. They didn't get into it, but insurance can be expensive. But there are ways that can be managed too. Everything can be managed. And even now, yes, I get my insurance bill, and yes, I can pay it up front. But no, I generally don't. I pay a certain portion of it. This year, it was $25,000 down, well, a certain part of the insurance. And then the other premiums are paid over a 9-month period. And the interest is 3%. Steve knows all about that, and so does that. But you can do the same thing.
It's a good rate.
Yeah, 3%, it's a good rate. So I just decided to do that instead of paying the full amount of my premiums. Now my business is doing between $20 and $30 million a year for this year, and we'll be doing more, much more. We have another growth spurt coming up in 2018. So I had to manage the insurance risk. We decided to do some general contracting, so I had to get some bonding. And with that came other things that I knew I was going to have to do. When I started my business and working out of my home, my insurance, my credit rating was wonderful. 3 years into, my credit rating was horrible. So then I had to figure out, okay, how do I manage to get my credit rating back up to par again? I hired this company called Better Qualified, and they helped me to get my credit rating up. And you can do the same thing. There are credit agencies around that can help you get it up. And the reason why that I had to do that was because I needed bonding. And bonding companies do look at your personal credit rating. And when I went out for bonding last year, it was wonderful. I had clamoring, fighting. I had brought my credit rating up where it should be. It's a very high rating now. The company's Dun & Bradstreet rating is high, and I had no problem getting anything. But that, again, it took perseverance to get past the problems that I had, and every time I got past the problem, to go back and try to make sure that I managed the risk associated with that particular problem. So I'll stop there so the others can go on.
Do you now understand why I wanted to go after Barbara? I mean, you know.
She makes it easy. Well,
Thank you so much.
Now that you touched on, surety bonds,
I'll keep it real simple.
But
How many people in the class are contractors as opposed to the general contractors? One. Two.
Well, I'm a designer, but I'm looking to go that route.
Okay. So I'll keep it on the short side. A surety bond is a financial guarantee that's placed with an owner or to a CM or general contractor to make sure that you complete your contract. And if you can't complete your contract, the bonding company will complete it. But it's not insurance that Steve sold you. We then subrogate back for whatever losses the bonding company has taken. So it is in your best interest to complete your task at your specified contracted price. Enough said there. My agency handles the MTA, the SCA, the Port Authority, and specialized program to utilize the MWBE set-asides that exist out there. So we do bond readiness programs to have you ready for the ability that in case you do need a surety bond or a bid bond to bid on certain government projects, you now have the capacity and the capability and a surety behind you that will put up that bid bond or final bond so that you can work and become or work for a company like Armand Corporation, the top of the line. So that's what we do. I have contractors that also are working on Superstorm Sandy and have worked on Superstorm Sandy projects, and they're extremely doing well right now. Not because of the unfortunate incident of the storm. I live in Long Beach. I was riding the waves personally. But it was our contractors that rebuilt, that were the subcontractors to Lero that rebuilt the Long Beach boardwalk. I personally had a quick story. I had a plumber that I couldn't find a contractor to repair my own home. I had to call friends of friends of friends, and the contractor came on Palm Sunday to finally repair the gas and plumbing issue that I needed to turn back on my power. And I found the contractor was working on Palm Sunday, and I said to him, It's terrific you're working on something. Are you the owner of the company? He says, yeah. He said, yeah, I'm a Colombian guy. I work here. I live in Freeport. I'm a licensed plumber. I said, do you work for the MTA? Do you work in the city? Yeah, I'm licensed in the city. I said, let me come by your office when you have more time and complete my work because I need to get my power back on. But let me pre-qualify you. I went and found out that he has 26 licenses, including Nassau County backflow, sprinkler system, 26 licenses. And he was also union. I introduced him to George next door at the MTA, and he is completing $11.8 million of work, finishing up the 2nd Avenue subway. His financial statement said, which is a review quality, because he's bonded by me now, is that he had a $3.2 million net profit. Now, keep in mind, he was a residential contractor in 2013. 3 years later, he's a millionaire. And I'm simple as that.
Do you do it for free?
Excuse me?
Did you do it?
Do you do his work for free?
I write his insurance and bonds. I get a commission.
No, for your house.
He charged me $800.
All right.
I was good with that.
All right, yeah.
He put up his permit, so I was good with that.
Really...
What's ironic about that is we had dinner recently and he brought the $800 check to the table. And he actually had it and said, do you remember this? And I turned it over. I said, funny, you went to a check cashing place. Yeah, but who would have minded?